So hello and welcome to the presentation of our Scania Expedition Mobile. We got a few requests from many different countries, so I thought I'd do a small tour in English, or a small tour, right? Just walk around it and show you everything, and I hope I don't forget anything, otherwise just let me know. So it's based on a Scania 4th generation 4x4 vehicle. That's from year 2003, has about 235,000 kilometers, has a double cabin which is really nice with the family, has a lot of fuel tanks, almost 1,000 liters, a lot of storage around it, but I suggest we start in the living cabin in back, and then I show you the rest outside later on. So here the stairs are quite nice, they don't touch the ground, and they can be folded and stored in here very easily and quickly. When we get in, we are first in the shower, which is nice with the kids. You can shower them before they get in, so the dirt stays in the shower. There is water and air heating, and this towel heater is powered by the water heating. And then we have the toilet here, some water. Toilet is a water toilet, which we thought was nice with the kids, which just fills a big black water tank, which we had to empty about every 2 weeks maybe. There is also this Luft, which is a nice thing, which is a ventilator that with a heat exchange, so you can get in fresh air but keep in the heat. This is regulated automatically. You can open it here. Here is the heat exchanger, and then there is an air inlet and an air outlet. So this was very nice. When you have wet clothes, you can leave them here in the bathroom, switch on the heating, and the Luft, and then it would get out several liters of water per 24 hours. It tells you online or on a web interface what it can do. Yeah, maybe just a bit of history. This truck was built 2015 by another Swiss family whom we know. They went from North to South America in 1.5 years, from 2018 to 2020. We bought it in 2021, did some new things on it, and then we were traveling 2022 to 2023, so 1 year. So the truck has been in use for 2.5 years by two families. So everything that can break has broken already and is replaced. No, it's really a proven thing. So we didn't have a lot of problems on our trip. Let's show you everything here inside first. So there is a really big bed in the back. That's huge, about 1 meter 70, 80 by 2 meter 20, 30 something. I don't know by heart. Anyway, it's really huge. We slept here. 2 adults, we parents, plus the small child we have, and the other 2 children, they slept here in their beds, one down here and the other one up here, with curtains, very nice, so they can already go to sleep while we were still sitting at the table. There is a lot of storage. You see the storage over there. Just to show you how that looks like, the pipe here is from the air conditioning. Looks about the same everywhere. There is lights with all beds. There is 3 roof windows, one here and one here, and this is actually something I will fix. This is an outbound problem that the glue doesn't hold very well there anymore, so I will replace that. I already replaced it here. There are new holders here that hold the window in any position, which is also quite cool. On the roof, I can show you here, there's a lot of solar. We have 1.6 kilowatts of solar power all around us. Here and here it's full of solar. And this is the roof of the driver's cabin. There's also a lot of space, a second spare tire, and the antenna you see is the Starlink dish, which we had operating like this, so this is perfect. You have internet all the time. It even worked while we were driving. Yeah, let's get back to here. So the windows are all KCT with the insect mesh, and also like this to make it dark. The kitchen is also quite big. There is a sink and a gas oven and a gas cooker. However, we basically never use the gas cooker because we have so much electricity. So what we did is we had this induction field that we put on here, and we were only cooking with electricity because we had so much of it. There is seating for 6 people. It's a bit tight, but it works. For 4 people, it's without issues. You can also put 3 kids on this one and 2 adults here. I put some cameras just for fun, one inside here and one in the back and one on the roof. I will show you later. There is also a lot of storage here. Here is also the mobile phone router, well accessible, so you can put in a local SIM card. It has 2 slots, so we usually had a Swiss card and the local one if we needed it, but usually we were working with Starlink, except for Turkey, where Starlink did not work in June 2023 because they don't support it yet. There is a smoke alarm here, and of course my favorite thing is all the electronics here. It's all Victron. A lot of details here. You can control a lot of things here. The 2 pumps, the Wi-Fi, the ventilators are in the bathroom. There is a gas detector which you can switch on off here. There is the cameras. There is charging the battery of the Scania. The ultraviolet water disinfectant I will show you later as well. Lights in the back, and the Starlink can be switched on and off. There is a AC converter, 3.5 I think kilowatts, so from Victron, which you can control from here. And this is the water heating, and this is the air heating and the hot water, which it also does. So the water heating is basically here the floor, and this floor is heated, and the floor down there is heated. And the hot air heater comes out here, but most of it comes out in the bathroom that I showed you before. So you can really make it very warm in here. We were traveling in winter when it was cold outside, and we had when the kids were showering here, it easily heat up to 30 degrees, which is quite nice also for drying the clothes. Then let me show you that there is a lot of storage also here below the seat, and here you can see the AC converter. There is 3 solar chargers. A lot is Victron, basically everything is Victron. The third one is down there. What you see below the the blue thing is the air conditioning. The electronics here is the power of the Starlink, which works without 230 volts, so it's 24 volts and the 48 volt converter there. And the rest is everything over here, including a converter to charge the batteries here. The battery is actually the yellow thing down there. We can charge the battery from the Scania motor with 1 kilowatt with this black Victron device. On the other side, you can actually move this table up and down and also rotate it. I'll show later. Here I removed the boards, so you can see everything. Usually this is storage as well, but like this you can see the 2 water pumps. They're redundant. There's a big water tank here. The black thing is basically over the whole area here. That's 500 liters. There is 2 water filters here. The one there, active coal, and then a micro filter here. And this is from the floor heating, so there's 3 different heating circuits, and you see the pipe for the hot air here. There is a 3rd water filter, which is an ultraviolet filter, which is here below the sink. You hardly see it over there. So actually during the whole trip we were always drinking water from the tap here without any issues. I will not switch on the water now because it's switched off since the winter, and I emptied all the pipes, and I don't know when we will use it the next time, so then the pipes are dry. There is more storage here and a lot of storage here. Those switches are to close the drawers. That's very important while driving. You just should not forget it. There is a fridge here. There is more space than what you think. It was enough for us, and actually there is a second one in the driving cabin. There is a lot of storage here. This was our food storage, a lot of space, and then the same here. Here we had mostly clothes and stuff for the kids to play. There is huge storage here, almost never ending. 3 drawers on top of each other. There's actually more storage below here. I won't open it now. And there is a huge storage. You can lift up the whole bed here. I won't do it because I need both hands. And there is basically this height of storage you have on the whole surface of the bed. You can use it. Okay. What else is there to show? I think, oh yeah, the air conditioning, there the outlets are up there. There is another one here, and the third one over there with this ventilator. So even if it's hot in summer, you can have it running. The 10 kilowatt hour battery pack is enough if it's full to run the air conditioning a whole night. It makes some noise, but not too much if you're lying here. So in some nights where it was really hot, we actually had it running from the battery. And then you need 4 or 5 hours of sunshine, and then the batteries are full again with those 1.6 kilowatt solar on the roof. Okay, I think that was all for now. I can also quickly show you how you get to the driver's cabin. I just have to open here the screw, and then I can raise the table here, put it over there. That was usually the driving position. Open here, unlock it, and then this is how it looks like in the front. Maybe we just crawl through. So yeah, the driver cabin is not as new as or does not always look as nice as the back. There is some traces of use here and there. But we thought with kids, we don't want to have a super nice driver cabin because while driving they will spill things anyway. If you sit here in the back, you have a very nice view through those large windows. You are high up, so for the kids that was perfect to watch out what happens outside. Let me open it here because it's warm. Yeah, there is a lot of small things that one maybe should fix if one is concerned about that. Also the seats look a bit old, like here or here, but they work well. So these are air seats, the 2 here, the 2 here in the middle obviously not, and then there is 2 air seats of course in the front, this one and this one. Also here traces of use. Also the steering wheel is not new, but that was okay for me. We have tire pressure measurement system here. So you see and hear it beep if there is a problem. I put here this, we just switch this camera. One is to the front and the other one, if I change here, goes here to the right. So it looks down in that angle, how you call it in English, which is quite useful. You have this mirror of course, but this camera looks a bit more outwards, which is nice in traffic in town when you want to make sure there is nobody you could hurt on your right hand side. We had everything on this tablet. So what you see here is the 2 cameras. One is on the roof, one is in the back. I'll show you later. And actually there is the 3rd camera in behind. You can also switch on here if you want to see if there's any problem in the back. And we usually navigate it with Google Maps or any other app that's running here on this Android tablet. There is also actually a heating here. Control it from here. This is an air heating below the seat here. So you can preheat your driver's cabin in the morning before starting the drive if it's really cold outside. There is another cooler here. This was really cool to have a second fridge in summer, so we had beverages here and fruits usually, which you could use while driving, but also when we were staying somewhere we had 2 fridges. And since the battery here of the vehicle is also powered by the back, by the solar panels, you don't have to worry about draining your batteries. There is also some illumination here. You can change the colors if you want. I will show you more of that in the back. Yeah, this I forgot. There is more storage here. There is also storage here. Yeah, the usual thing. So let's get out here. So of course the truck is not new. It is 20 years old. It has traveled a lot, and obviously you see that there is some rust. Most is superficial rust, so no problem. We did a lot of repairs before we traveled in 2022 for about more than 50,000 francs actually. Exchanged quite a lot of parts, brakes, parts of the gearbox. But of course it's not a new car. So some maintenance is required all the time. There is some rust here, as you can see. So there is actually 3 diesel tanks. This one is about 400 liters. This is about 100, and there is another 400 liters on the other side, so it's about 900 liters. And this tank is filled from the diesel that flows back from the motor, so this is always full. Because these tanks are quite long, so if you are in a steep terrain, you have a switch in the cockpit that the diesel should be taken from this tank. So if this tank is quite empty, you don't want to draw air into the motor, so then you switch to this tank, and the 100 liters is quite enough to drive for a few kilometers. The tires are a bit special. These are the only winter tires for this format, so this is 395 times 85. This is winter tires. We thought this was better than having chains with us. We did not drive a lot in snow actually. They look pretty nice here. They all have about 25,000 kilometers. In the back they look a bit strange actually. I don't fully understand. I think they are probably still good, but maybe in winter I would not use them anymore. There is 2 spares. One is on the cabin and the other one is in the back. This in the back is a full wheel, so you can actually lower here the whole thing with a remote control and put on 4 adult bikes and 3 kids bikes. You see the camera there as well, and there is the 4th camera up on the roof. This one on the roof is with a magnet, so you can put it at several different places. I usually used it to see the height of the vehicle and if there is some problem with branches and trees or bridges. This Unterfahrschutz you can fold up to about this position, and then you have a really nice angle here in the back when you're driving in the terrain. Then there is a lot of storage outside as well. For example, here you have a nice barbecue that you can fold out. Here is the gas tank for the whole vehicle, so for the kitchen and for here. This one is a spare tank, if this one, so you can really empty this one, the big one. We used the barbecue a few times, but since we only used the oven in the kitchen and not the cooker, I think even this one is still almost full. We didn't use a lot of gas. There is also a high pressure air connector here, so you can use this here with a long pipe to fill up the air in the tires. Then here is the big garage with a lot of space and also a washing machine, which is about 3 liters. Quite handy if you have small kids that produce a lot of dirty clothes. And let's also have a look here. This is the heating systems. So this is the hot air system. This here is the floor heating, the hot water. This also contains 11 liters of hot water, which we sometimes heated up, which is nice for showering. And then here you can fill your tanks. We use this additional filter, so we have already clean, or more or less clean water in the 500 liter tank. Usually we had to fill up about every 2 weeks. The 500 liters, if we were not showering too much, would be enough for our family of 5 for about 10 to 15 days, depending on what we did. There is a black water tank I mentioned already when talking about the toilet. This is the black water tank, and the grey water tank is here in the middle. This is the tube for emptying it, and the tank is behind it over there. Yeah, you can also see here the truck. I think the condition is okay. It's not new, but we did a lot of repairs, as I mentioned before we went on our trip. So let's go to the other side. So this is the other 400 liter tank. There is more storage here. I usually had the tools here. This here you can also put here to dry your clothes. We use this quite a lot because we had our own washing machine. There is some rescue stuff here, pillows with everything included. This big one to tighten the screws. And then here in the back there is more stuff. This actually we needed most wood to level the truck, and also some pipes and things to empty the tanks, especially the black water tank when you need to empty it in an official place. And here again there is the other side of the garage, so you can look through it. You can put almost 2.50 meter wide stuff in here, and a lot of Raco boxes for small stuff. So it really has a lot of space, which is perfect when traveling with the family. Let me show you some more things. Here is the connected to external power. If you are on a camping for some time, these are the cables for the for connection to the truck battery. They are here, so for charging in both directions, either from the engine to the big batteries in the back, or from what it's doing now for charging the truck battery from the solar panels. So the truck is now outdoors since about 2 months, and the battery is always full because we don't need a lot of power, and the solar panels deliver a lot of energy. Again, here there is some rust. I mentioned it, but it's superficial rust, so no important parts that are to fail. And this is from the water from the fridge, the condensing water, and here this is the condensing water from the air conditioning that flows out here. And then probably the rustiest part is, this is something we didn't fix here. This is the air cooler, which below is a bit rusty, or quite rusty, but it's still working. That would cost in Switzerland about 3,000 to 4,000 francs to replace, but we decided not to do it. Of course, I mean, the truck still runs without a lot of power if it fails, so we would have done it in another country if it would have been a problem. Yeah, otherwise, just to show you a little bit how the state is. And we can also, the kids like drawing on the truck. And also open quickly here. So here is the air cooler and the water cooler behind. Yeah, it looks okay, but of course it's a 20-year-old truck, so we'll see some rust in several places. Good. Yeah, there is new LED beams up there, and these were replaced before we went. They are really light and bright. That's nice when you drive at night. These here are pretty old, but when you're driving overland, you usually use the big ones over there at places where there is not a lot of traffic. There is more lights here for the sides, on both sides, that we can switch on from the cockpit, which is nice when you're arriving in the dark, and then you can switch on the lights to see on the sides of your truck while maneuvering. Just thinking if I forgot anything. Maybe I could show you the lights in the truck. For this I would need to close the doors. Yeah, this is pretty nice actually. So this door has a dual function. You can close here, and then for showering you have a lot of space. You basically have the whole thing here, and we usually showered one of us adults with the kids, with all the 3 kids. You could have them here and save pretty much on water. So yeah, here is a little bit of rust as well. Obviously when you're staying close to the sea you have the salt coming in, but it's just superficial. Yeah, let us maybe make it dark here, close here, close here as well, and then it's actually nicer than at home when the kids want to go to sleep at night. At home it's never completely dark, but here in the truck it's really dark. Yeah, let's close this one as well. And then there is several lights here. I'm just looking for the switch. Yeah. So let's first. There is 4 different lights, or 4 different switches. So these are the ceiling lights that I can switch on here, very bright. But there is also these lights here that are Philips Hue lights, which are very comfortable. You can change their color on the tablet, which we thought was quite nice when the kids wanted to go to bed. Even if it was light outdoors, we would just dim the lights, maybe put them to red, or whatever color they currently wanted, and they would calm down quicker, we thought. Okay, I think for now this is all I wanted to show. If you have questions, let me know. For us, the truck was perfect for 1 year. We had a wonderful year, but now the kids go to school, the oldest one, and the middle one will go to kindergarten. So unfortunately, we won't do any big trips for the next years. So that's why we hope we find another family who has a similar dream and wants to explore nice parts of the world with our Scania. Oh yeah, air conditioning. There's not air conditioning, you see it on the roof. This I forgot. We also added this before our trip, so you can cool the driver's cabin, which was really nice. Sometimes we were driving in 40 degrees Celsius, and you bring it down maybe to, I don't know, 27, 28 or something with this high power electrical air conditioning. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have questions. Bye bye.